guys, it's Brooke. Welcome back to my channel, or to my channel if you're new here. I hope you guys stay. So for today's video, as you can read in the title, I am going to be telling you guys the story of the time I punched my ex-best friend in the face. This story is actually so funny just because it's so telling as to the type of person I am, and I know that sounds really bad, but just watch the video and you guys are gonna understand what I mean. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into this video, but of course before we start, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and make sure you guys follow me on all my social media in the beginning of the video. It's also in the description below, and yeah, we are going to get into this story. So I had this best friend at the time. She was a girl. We literally had been best friends since like kindergarten. We would hang out every day. We were in church choir together. Like, we were best friends. And because we had known each other for so long, our families had become really close. So there would be times where we'd all go out to dinner together, or my dad would take us out to dinner, or her parents would like have us eat over, whatever the circumstances. We were just very, very close. So one day my dad decides to take me out to dinner, and I brought my best friend with me, and her sister came and my sister came because we all were friends. And so we're at this restaurant and we're eating and having a good old time laughing, and then all of a sudden we all decided to go to the bathroom. And if you're a girl, I feel like you can relate to this. When one of you has to go to the bathroom, you kind of just all go to the bathroom together. So we all head to the ladies' room, and I really cannot remember what we were talking about, but we were having this conversation, and I'm like washing my hands, talking to my best friend and my sister and her sister, and we're all just laughing, talking, and I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but so my friend comes out of the bathroom stall and she's like walking towards me, and again, I can't remember exactly what we were talking about, but for some reason, I must have been telling some kind of story, and I don't know if you guys always see it, but when I tell stories, I move my hands a lot. Some people say it's because I'm Italian, so I just talk with my hands. But regardless, I was telling her a story, and this sounds so stupid because it's like, what kind of story could I possibly have been talking about? But I was telling a story, and then I remember making a joke to her or something. And as I'm talking to her, she's like washing her hands. And I was like, hey, blank, I said her name. And she's like, yeah, and she looks at me, and I was joking around, and I was gonna pretend to punch her in the face to scare her. I like to prank people a lot and scare people a lot. Like when I'm around my family or my friends, if I have a water bottle in my hand, I'll like sometimes pretend to unscrew the cap and pretend to drink from it, and then like go to throw it in their face, and they'll think that I'm throwing water at their face, but really the cap is on. Like, I don't know, I just do little stupid things like that. So I thought I would scare her by pretending to punch her in the face like that. And like, I thought she'd be like, oh my god, you know, like blink and like step back. So I go, hey, blank. And she turns to me and she goes, yeah, and I go, like, just to her face, but I don't touch her, or at least I didn't have the intent to. And all of a sudden she covers her nose with her hands, and she like tilts her neck back, literally like this. And I look at her and I'm like laughing because I think she's playing along with me. And then all of a sudden she goes, no, you actually just hit me. And I was like, what? And mind you, this whole time we're all like kind of laughing. Like, she knew I was joking around when I went to go like that to her face. But she was like, no, you actually just hit my face. And then she moves her hands, her nose is bleeding. It would not stop bleeding for I don't know how long. I literally had to go out of the bathroom and get my dad to come into the girl's bathroom because her nose was bleeding so much. Meanwhile, I didn't even feel my hand touch her face. That's the part that freaks me out the most. People say that like when they get cut or something, like need stitches, their adrenaline is pumping so much that they don't feel pain. When I was in my car accident, my adrenaline was going so much that I didn't even realize I had whiplash, my collarbone had moved, I had a bulging disc in my back, like, but I didn't feel any of that. My knees were completely bruised. I didn't feel anything because of adrenaline. So when someone's in a fist fight with someone, you think like, oh, when they punch someone's face, like their adrenaline is going, they probably don't feel it. But I wasn't like in a position where my adrenaline was going where I wouldn't feel pain. I was just like standing in the bathroom joking around with my friends, and I just went like that. But I still did not even feel myself touch her face. Like, I didn't even feel her face touch my hands. Like, that's the weirdest part to me. But I apparently did accidentally punch her in the face, and I felt so horrible. Like, I really truly felt so horrible. And I also just felt like one of the biggest idiots ever. Like, only I could do something like that. And that is what I mean by this just speaks so much to my character, because I would be the person to like jokingly go to pull a prank and then actually accidentally hurt someone. I'm just one of the clumsiest people. But ever since that day, I have never ever pretended to punch someone in the face to scare them or like prank them. And now that I'm thinking about it, like, this probably sounds really dumb to you guys. Like, who pranks their friend by pretending to punch them in the face? I mean, really, who does do that? But like, some of my friends will always do that with me. Like, they'll be like, hey, and then go like that to scare me. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody else's friends do that? Maybe my friends are just a bunch of weirdos. I don't know. But like, I did that and I have never done it since then. That was like years ago, but I just thought it would be a really funny story to tell. And yeah, there literally wasn't even a scratch on me. Like, I honestly didn't even know I hit her. I thought she was joking when she said that I actually hit her, until I realized she was like bleeding and she wouldn't stop bleeding. We laughed at first a little, then I started crying because I felt really bad, because like, I obviously would never want to punch someone in the face, especially one of my best friends. Like, that was just, I felt like such a horrible person. And then after the fact, we all like hysterically laughed about it, and we were like, Brooke, like, you would, like, you're just such an idiot that you would accidentally punch someone in the face when trying to pull a prank. And I was like, honestly, like, me. But yeah, so that is my really quick funny story time for you guys today. If you guys liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure you subscribe right down below if you haven't yet, and make sure you check out my main channel where I post my singing stuff. It will be linked in the description below. And yeah, have a happy hump day. I will see you guys on Friday.